Good morning, sir. Today I will represent the major output of this subject. So, our topic is about Ayala Land Incorporation. So, since Jumare Sumundo is finished to tackle this one, the brief description of the company, financial statement of the company, and this is the balance sheet of this projective statement of financial Ayala Land Incorporation, and also the income statement. And she also finished this one, the horizontal analysis. So let's continue to the vertical analysis. Vertical analysis is a technique used in financial statement analysis to show the relative size of each account compared to the total amount. Vertical analysis expresses each item in financial statement as a percentage of a total. So this is the balance sheet of projected statement of financial Ayala Land Incorporation, and we need to solve the vertical analysis. So how to solve vertical analysis? Where we solve the vertical analysis is like this: cash and cash equivalent divided into the total assets. The total asset amount is 682,087,253, and the amount of cash and cash equivalent is 23,996,570. So you need to divide it, and the result of divide it and multiplied by 100%. So the result is 352%. And same processes to the 2019. So the result of 2019 is 3.59%. And how to interpret it? So to interpret the percentage of 2019 and 2018, as the previous is, and the amount is same amount, and the percentage has a difference. The difference between this is, in percentage of 2019 2018 is 3.59%, and 2019 is 32.52%. So in the previous, it is a increase, and to the present is, and the present is in the decrease. So that decreases of 2019 is 0.7%. So same process to all account. And let's continue to the income of financial statement of Ayala Land Incorporation. So how to solve this one? So you need to get first the total amount of net sales, and you need to divide it in all amount of all amount is divided into net sales. Like for this, real estate sales, as the amount of 2019 is 181,102,530, divided to the net sales, total net sales, the 192,529,058. So the total is and multiplied by 100. So the total is 98.7%. And same process to the 2018. And all of the account is divided into net sales. So the interpretation of this in this percentage is in 2018 is have the 93.81% and to the 2019 is 94.7%. So in the previous is increases and to the present is to the in the previous is decreases and to the present is increases. 2019 is increases and 1 point. So the 2019 is increases 0.26%. And same process to the other amounts. So let's continue the ratio analysis. Ratio analysis is a quantitative procedure of obtaining a look into a firm's function, efficiency, liquidity, revenues, and profitability by analyzing its financial records and statements. Ratio analysis is a very important factor that will help in doing an analysis of the fundamentals of equity. This involves calculating financial ratios to evaluate the company's performance. Common ratios include profitability ratios, liquidity ratios, efficiency ratios, and solvency ratios. So we have current ratio. Current ratio is also called banker's ratio. It indicates the extent to which current liabilities are covered by current assets. It is the most commonly used measure of liquidity of the companies. So current asset over current liabilities. So divide 316 million 96,699 divide 275 million 442,099 equals 1.15 and same process to the 2018. So equals 12.58. And let's continue to the debt ratio. Debt ratio, this ratio shows the portion of the total assets financed by creditors. The provider of funds other than the stakeholders prefers to see a debt ratio because there is a greater chance for creditors to collect their receivables when the firm goes bankrupt. So let's answer this one. Total liabilities over total assets. So the amount of total liabilities is 743,803,712 over 682,087,253, and the total of this is divided into multiplied into 100%. So the total is 1.09. No. You do not divide it in multiplied by 100. It is 1.9 and same process to the 2018 amount. So let's this return on investment. This measures the income generated of every piece of investment made in the firm. The higher the income generated per piece of investment, the better. So net income over average total asset. So 40, the amount of net income is 40,325,658 over divided into 682,087,253 and equals 0.06 and same process to the to the 2018. So the difference between this is, and the 2018 is decreased, but in 2019 is increases 0.1%. Equity to debt ratio. So equity to debt ratio, owner's equity over total assets. So the amount is 260,546,855 divided into 682,087,203, and the result of this is divided into 100%. So the total is 38.19, and also to the 2018. So the difference of 2018 and 2019 has an increases so in the 2019 is increases the 6.03. So same process, and the recommendation of Ayala Land Incorporation, as all has proven through time the sustainability and viability of its project and the land value of its development and strategic growth center. It is recommendable by the stocks in this company due to its durability, endurance, and strong management that will last even beyond a person's lifetime. This is a great time to buy companies that are bargains because of the temporary crisis, but not because the company has a problem. And that should be all. Thank you. I hope you learned something about this topic.